Oh my goodness. Okay, hi. I'm so excited to even be making this video. All right. So if you're watching this, it's because you have decided to learn a little bit more about Team In It to Win It. And a little bit more about Beachbody coaching. So here's the deal. I'm actually not going to go into the nitty gritty of what Beachbody coaching is. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I personally feel like the more important thing for me to share with you, one, I think it's important for you to kind of know a little bit about me. And then two, I think it's important for you to know more about our team and what our team is about. Because there's one thing I discovered when sort of entering the Beachbody world quite a few years ago is that when you take that leap to become a coach, the most important thing is really and truly the team that you join. And the reason that that is so important is because your team is basically your backbone and it's your support group. So you might be watching this having already been through one of my challenge groups or one of the challenge groups by another coach on this team. You may not have experienced a challenge group yet, and you might be like me. You're like an all-in person, and you're just going to dive right into it, right? Because that's kind of what I did. I did a little bit of research, but not a ton. But I did enough research to know that it was important for me to be on a solid team and have solid, uplifting, positive people around me. So let me introduce myself. My name is Erin Morris. Okay. You either know me because you are friends with me on my personal page. You might be in this group because you follow me on my business page, which is One Fit Mama 4 Fitness with Erin. And the reason I gave myself the name One Fit Mama 4 is I have 4 kids. So I'm 32 years old. I have 4 awesome kids. Emma is 11. Max is 6, soon to be 7. Oh my gosh. Cooper is 5 and Annabelle is 4. So I've been married to my husband Rick for 7 years now. And our life it's awesome. I mean, I am one of those people that look and go, my life is amazing. It's super imperfect, which is good because I do imperfect really well. And it's crazy. And it's one of those things where I think it's like anybody else's life. You never know what the next day is going to bring you. And sometimes that can be really great and sometimes that can be really stressful. But I do have a really good life. Have a good life because I make it important to have a good life. I'm a very positive individual. I do not like negativity. People that know me know that I like to live in a bubble. And in that bubble, it's a positivity bubble. If I choose to leave that bubble, that's up to my choice. That's up to me. It's a choice I make. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens sometimes. But I do not allow any negativity into my bubble at all. That does not mean that I am naive. I am very well aware of what is going on in our nation right now. And I lean towards prayer in times of desperation and in times of hardship. So I think that's just like a good, quick background of who I am. If you follow my business page, you'll actually start to get to learn a little bit more about me. I'm sort of drifting away from my personal page and drifting more towards my business page, which is really just me being me. And that's where I'm going to lead into the coaching part of this. Me being me. I am the proud, extremely proud. I almost don't like calling myself the founder of Team In It to Win It because our team is made up of everybody on it. I couldn't do this by myself. I can only do this with my team. And when I came into Beachbody coaching, I joined with my personal coach, Jillian. Her and I went to high school together. I stalked her on Facebook. I saw that she was a very positive, very motivated very real person. And I had talked to other coaches before. One second. I had talked to other coaches before, and it was very business-like when I talked to them. And is coaching a business? Yes, it is. It is your own personal business. It does require you to work. There is work that goes into it. But they were so business focused that it actually turned me off from it. And the reason is because coaching can't just be about business. It's very personal. It's very personal. It's very much centered on relationships and building relationships with people. And that's what's extremely important in coaching. You need to hold on for just 1 second, okay? All right, go get Emma and she can help you. It's real life. This is what goes on when I try to do these things when I'm with the kids. She's in her room. And so it's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And you really, it's one of those businesses where you have to put your heart into it because people are depending on you to support them and help them. And that's one of the main reasons that I love being a coach. See, I signed up as a coach 2 years ago when 21 Day Fix was still pretty brand new. I was desperate. I was a mom of 4 that drove herself into a pretty decent depression. Decent enough that I needed medication to help myself get out of it. And the reason I had done that is because here I was, this mom of 4, and my son Max is a special needs child, medically fragile. That's a big, long story for kind of a different day, but it's a story I love talking about too. So don't ever be afraid to ask me questions. I'll tell you everything. But I drove myself into this depression thinking that I needed to be like this Stepford wife. And it was awful. And I lost myself completely in motherhood. And not that I think that that's a bad thing, but it's really hard to be everything for everyone if you don't focus on yourself as well. And I had no idea who I was. 30 years old, mom of 4, just a hot mess. I had gained so much weight. I was exhausted, falling asleep on the couch every day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Picked up some bad habits. You know, I enjoy wine. Hold on 1 second. I started kind of diving into the wine a little bit too much. You know, just one of those things where I just sort of let myself go. And I was unhappy. And so I had slowly started to exercise on my own, and I did really good. But I knew I started to fall in love with it because I loved the way that I felt. And it was actually my husband that one day said, have you ever thought about doing something in like a fitness world? Like, have you ever thought about that, Erin? He's like, 'cause you're doing a really great job and you really like it. Look at how much you've changed already. And that's when I started thinking to myself, Beachbody. Let me look into this. I knew it already existed. My mom had all the my mom has a library of programs like you would not believe. And so my sister-in-law, same thing. She had kind of dove into it, but she wasn't very serious about it. Like, it wasn't, you know, so I started paying attention to what was going on around me. And that's where I found my coach, Jillian. And I knew that joining her team was what I needed to do because I needed a strong support system. And I knew that if I was going to build a team of my own, it was going to be based upon loving the heck out of people. And that's what coaching is. On our team, it's about being real. It's about being honest in all things. And now I've built this team. I use that word lightly because in all reality, we are a family. These people are my best friends. And I can't even imagine what my life would be like without them. These are people that I wake up to every morning and talk to. These are people that I wake up to every morning on Facebook, and I want to know what's going on every single day in their life. These are people that I have shared some of my hardest times with and my most happiest moments with. These are people that have helped me through so many struggles. People that stood by me while I went through that awful depression and was still working my way out of it. People that were standing by me and praying for me when my husband and I were going through a hard time in our marriage. These are people that I honestly go to bed thinking about and wake up in the morning thinking about. I do the same thing with my challengers too. So if you're one of my challengers in here, sometimes you know because I'm all up in your grill, and sometimes you don't. But I take it so seriously because I remember how I felt years ago. I was so alone being a stay-at-home mom. Getting out with 4 kids was not simple. It still isn't. Having coaching and having this team has completely changed my life on so many levels. The personal development that we do through coaching, because it's considered a requirement through the company, which I think is amazing, has helped me to grow into a strong person. It's helped me become a better mother. It's helped me become a better wife. And had I not gone through all the personal development, I don't know that I would have found my way back to Jesus and back into church. And I have. So I know that there are a lot of business aspects to coaching, but I firmly believe on our team that if you don't have that family aspect and you don't have that support, then what's the point in all the business stuff? Because there isn't any. Because you can't do it alone. You just can't do it alone. So this is sort of just, I think the biggest thing, all these intros into coaching, I think they're great. And there is a lot to learn about this business. And I want you to learn about the business part of it because it is really great. Beachbody Coaching has helped my family in so many ways. I was working part-time before I was coaching. And then as I got into coaching, being away on the weekends with a family of 6 is not easy when your husband's working Monday through Friday and I'm gone Saturday and Sunday. It's because of coaching that I was able to quit working a part-time job. I am now almost to the point where I don't obviously make what my husband makes every month, but I'm almost to a point where I make half of what my husband makes every month. And so there is a financial gain to coaching. But that financial gain cannot come if you don't have support and if you don't have love and if you don't grow as a person. And to me, that kind of a business that requires you to grow and better yourself so that you can help better others. And the only reason there's financial gain is by helping others. That's right up my alley. I always knew I was going to do something with my own business. But if you had told me all those years ago that this is what it would be, I would have probably laughed in your face. But now, I can't imagine my life without it. And so with all of that being said, we are going to open up a 2-day What is Coaching group, where we are going to dive into more of the business side of coaching, but also really want you to know what people really have to do to be a successful coach. Whether you're wanting to make a part-time income, you want to make a full-time income, you just want to get your Shakeology paid for, right? Like maybe that's all you want to do. You want to help family members that you know really need help, your best friends. Maybe you have this dream of doing something with your best friends. Why not? And maybe you're like me too. Maybe you just need a group of people that you can go to that are going to support you and love you for exactly who you are, that are always going to meet you where you are right now in life and help you get through whatever it is that you need to get through. They're always going to be there on the other side. Maybe you need that in your life. And you're going to find it on Team In It to Win It. Because that's what the entire team is about. So if you are interested in seeing what the 2-day group is about, all you have to do is comment below. And we really look forward to sharing the greatness that Beachbody Coaching really is for so many people. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. And thank you so much for listening. Bye.